because we can see that a lot of people want to see us fall as South Africa, and I don't know why, but I think it's an issue of jealousy because we are better here in South Africa when it comes to a plethora of things. So a lot of people, when they look at us, I don't know, maybe they feel envious towards us, but you can see if people are able to rejoice because South Africa lost soldiers, you can see with those people don't have the country's best interest at heart. And I hope all these people who always call themselves South African Pan-Africanists, who always defend illegal foreigners, I hope they see what is happening. And I hope they see that the people that they are always defending don't have the country's best interest at heart. And they would love to see the country fall. And if this thing that is happening right now is not able to convince you, as the person who always defends these illegal foreigners, if this thing doesn't convince you and makes you realize that you should start advocating for your South African citizens, because a lot of people want to see us fall, I'm sorry, but you are just what you are. It is what it is. There's nothing we can do about it.
When I told you that you have lost our level of respect, did I lie? I didn't. I warned you from 3 years. You are moving too fast. You're disrespecting yourself. I told you that. Today, Kagame is staging you to a confrontation. He's willing, he's ready. And he knows he will beat you fair and square. Let me just warn you right now. The best decision you would ever make is to take the slap, take the pain, and go. It's better because you live to fight another day. If you make any single move to engage any country in any confrontation, big or small, it will be a little mistake, the biggest mistake of your life, because they will desecrate your country. They will annihilate you to the least. Don't even dare. And Kagame knows. Stop acting like you are a saint. We know who populated Africa with weapons. We know who supplied weapons to the RC from 1960. We know who supplied weapons to the Hutus and the Tutsi in Rwanda. We know who supplied weapons to feed that civil war. And Kagame knows that. You know, Mandela knows, and Mbeki knows. You all know that. Don't act like you are a saint. You are naive. You are not. You all know what you did. You all know what you did in Congo. You all know what you did in Rwanda. Today, they are telling you that you are unfit to mediate. And it's true. Kagame is not a baby. He's been here for a very long time. He understands African politics. Don't ever make the mistake to confront anybody. It will be a fatal mistake for you. Don't you ever. Believe me. Take it from me. Don't ever. Take the slap, take the pain, and go. You live to fight another day. Don't ever. I warn you. Don't you ever. Just ignore Kagame. Back off the situation because you shit off the whole place. You've cacked everywhere. You did. You have cacked, literally, you've cacked everywhere. In Rwanda, you've cacked everywhere. In Congo, Kinshasa, and Zaire, you've cacked everywhere. Just go. You are not in a position to do this. Let someone, the preferable person is Nigeria. Let the Nigerian president go mediate. You are not. You've disgraced yourself. You've done so much harm. Let the Nigerian president do it. You don't fit in that role. No one is more capable than the Nigerian president. Don't do it. Just back off. You're nothing in Africa. Nothing.
In today's video, I want us to talk about something very, very concerning. I'm pretty sure you've seen everything that has been happening between South Africa and Rwanda, there by the DRC. Now, throughout this whole thing, what I've noticed is that there are some people who are happy here online because South Africa lost soldiers. There are some people who are rejoicing because our fellow South African peacemakers lost their lives there by the DRC. There are people who ran away from the issues in their countries. There are people who ran away from the people who were busy making them idiots in their countries, and then now they are here in South Africa and think it's a good idea to come here online and rejoice over the demise of our soldiers. It just goes to show how ungrateful some of these people are. And bear in mind, I'm talking about illegal foreigners. They are here. I've noticed many of them making videos, especially on TikTok, making videos talking a whole lot of nonsense about the people who lost their lives in DRC and about South Africa in general. rejoicing, happy, wishing that South Africa can go to war with Rwanda and Rwanda comes out on top and we see the demise of South Africa. That's all the things that they are saying. They are busy saying our military is weak, our military has this, our military doesn't have that. Like I said, they've suddenly turned into military experts. Experts who ran away from the issues in their countries. They are here flaunting information from Google, information that they took from Google without even checking the sources, whether that information is reliable or not. They have that information from Google and now they are out here acting as if that information is fact. Saying, yeah, South Africa is weak. South Africa won't ever measure up to this country. South Africa is not a big country. South Africa doesn't have this. South Africa has that. Acting as if they know our entire military arsenal. And then, to make things worse, there are some South Africans who are busy affirming everything that these people are saying. You'll find them there by the comment section saying, yes, vele, we don't have an army in South Africa. Yes, vele, we don't have that. Yes, South Africa is weak. South Africans, other South Africans saying that, affirming with foreigners, saying, yes, South Africa is weak. Then you have those South Africans. I don't know what we need to do with those ones. I mean, even if that was the case, okay, let's say that was the case. Let's play a mental game. Let's take South Africa and put it at the bottom of the world and say South Africa is the weakest in the world. How is that thing going to benefit you as a South African, telling the entire world, even people who didn't realize that's your stance? Now you are busy shouting, telling them, yes, I am weak. Calling upon enemies that didn't even know they can eat you up. Enemies that didn't even know that you are a target. But now, because you are out there confirming that you are a target and you think that's a good idea. It's even worse if you are in a leadership position. Because I saw some of our leaders also saying the same thing. Saying, yes, well, South Africa's army is non-existent. We don't have an army in South Africa. An entire leader. Don't you think that thing puts your country in a vulnerable position? Don't you think you are attracting potential enemies? When I say potential enemies, I'm talking about the enemies that didn't even realize how weak you are. They were scared of you, but now since you are shouting to everyone in the world, including the people who want to eat you up, you are telling them, I am weak, an entire leader, and you think that's a good idea. You know, I won't come here online and act as if I know the full military prowess of South Africa and act as if I know everything about the South African defense and everything that they have or everything that they have in their shelves. I won't act as if I know that kind of information, because we all know truly that that kind of information is not something for the public eye. We can talk all we want and say South Africa is weak, South Africa doesn't have that, but the true might of the South African military is not something that is out there for the public, for everyone to see. I mean, why would it be? Do you think it would be a good idea for the government to just put everything that they have out there for the public to see? How is that thing a good idea? Because you are showing everyone what you have and how they can counteract that thing. So these people busy acting as if they know what South Africa has and South Africa doesn't have. I think they don't see the delusion behind that thing. Even I, as a South African, I wouldn't come here online and act as if I know the full military prowess of our country. Because truly I don't. And I don't think it's something that I'll ever know. Unless we are in a full-blown war. Maybe we are fighting with a country full-blown. Maybe that time I'll see the military. But I've never seen such in South Africa. So I can't confidently say I know everything about the military of South Africa. It's even worse for you as a foreigner. Worst part, you came here illegally, but suddenly you are a military expert. You know what we can do, what we cannot do. And don't listen to me speaking like this and think maybe I'm saying South Africa is weak. Trust me, I am saying I don't know the full military prowess of South Africa. But I can tell you, within no African country can even come close. So that one we don't even need to argue about. So you coming here online and trying to compare South Africa with this country because you took information from Google that is telling you South Africa has 2 of these vehicles, South Africa, when you don't even understand anything about military. So what I want to say to my South Africans is that as South Africans, we need to stick together, because we can see that a lot of people want to see us fall as South Africa, and I don't know why, but I think it's an issue of jealousy. because we are better here in South Africa when it comes to a plethora of things. So a lot of people, when they look at us, I don't know, maybe they feel envious towards us, but you can see if people are able to rejoice because South Africa lost soldiers, you can see with those people don't have the country's best interest at heart. And I hope all these people who always call themselves South African Pan-Africanists, who always defend illegal foreigners, I hope they see what is happening. And I hope they see that the people that they are always defending don't have the country's best interest at heart, and they would love to see the country fall. And if this thing that is happening right now is not able to convince you, as the person who always defend these illegal foreigners, if this thing doesn't convince you and makes you realize that you should start advocating for your South African citizens, because a lot of people want to see us fall, I'm sorry, but you are just what you are. It is what it is. There's nothing we can do about it. Let us just leave you like that. But to us South Africans and to South Africans who still see the beauty of this country, who want to see this country progress, let us try and protect this beautiful country of ours. Let us not allow people to speak as if they know what's going on in South Africa when they don't even know, putting us in vulnerable positions whereby some people will start thinking we are weak when we are not. Because I can tell you, I would have understood if everything they were talking about is true, but we all know that South Africa is not a weak country. So for people to perpetuate false information, that is not something that we need to tolerate as South Africans, and that is not something that we need to allow, because it puts us in a vulnerable position and it is spreading lies about us, creating a false narrative about South Africa. So tell me on the comment section down below, what do you think about this whole thing? But if you just enjoyed this video or you learned something new, please leave a like and subscribe to this channel. I would really appreciate it. My name is Emmanuel and this is Mzansi Versity, the place where we transform lives through knowledge and information. Let's meet again on another video.